I would like to welcome you all for the course on the basic understanding of electrical vehicle. So as part of this course, first we'll go with the basics of the electrical engineering. In today's session, we will cover the Ohm's law and the voltage and current analogy with water. Just to understand what is voltage, what is current, and what is resistance. So Ohm's law. So when you go for solving an electrical circuit or to find any quantity, so you must know the Ohm's law. So by the Ohm's law, you can find the quantity, any quantity. So here the Ohm's law is named after a scientist, George Ohm, which defines the relation among the current, voltage and the resistance. So these voltage, current and resistance are the basic electrical units that we work with in our circuits. So the Ohm's law is applied to both the alternating and the direct currents. So where the alternating current is nothing but it is the alternating in nature, like it changes with respect to the time, whereas the direct current is fixed or it is constant throughout the time period. So it will not change with respect to the time. So this is the basic difference between the AC and DC. In the later course, you will have the good command on this, what is AC, what is DC. So as of now, you just remember the AC and DC are nothing but AC is changes with respect to time, DC is fixed. Now Ohm's law, the statement. So Ohm's law states that the current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the voltage. So here it is an explanation. So let us take a conductor. You can see in the picture there is a conductor. As conductor has the two terminals. These two terminals we are providing a potential difference, that is voltage V. Because of this potential difference, there is a flow in the current. There is a current flow in the conductor. So the amount of current flow is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across its terminals. Here the temperature and other quantities, physical quantities remains constant. So if you want to mathematically show the Ohm's law, here the current I is directly proportional to V. If you remove this proportionality, so a proportionality constant will come here. So that is the resistance. So finally we can write it as I is equal to V by R or V is equal to IR, where V is the voltage, I is the current, R is the resistance. So this is the statement, like when a voltage is applied across the two terminals, because of this voltage difference or potential difference, there is a flow in the current. So this current flow is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across its terminals. Now we are talking about the voltage, current and resistance. So we just will go through what is voltage, what is current, what is resistance. So here voltage is nothing but it is the energy or force required to move the charge from one point to another point. Like, so as we know that when we connect this potential difference across the two terminals, there is a charge which is acquired. So that has to move from one point to other point. So here the voltage will take that responsibility to move that charge from one place to another place. Okay, so this is the energy, the amount of energy required. We call it as the voltage. So the units for that are volts, and it is measured by using the voltmeter. And from the Ohm's law, we can easily find the voltage where V is equal to IR. If you know the current flowing through the element and the resistance of the element, we can calculate the voltage across that element easily. V is equal to IR. Now coming to the current. Now we have started moving the charge from one point to other point. So now all this charge particle starts moving once if you give the voltage. Now the flow, once all the charge particle starts moving in one direction, the flow of these charge particles we call it as the current. Okay, the flow of charge we call it as the current. So the units are amperes, and it is measured by using the ammeter, and we can calculate the Ohm's law. From Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. where V is the voltage across the element and R is the resistance of that element. Now we'll go for the resistance. So resistance is nothing but, if you take any material or any metal, every metal has some resistance. So the resistance is the measure of opposition to the current flow in an electrical circuit. Means the amount of opposition offered in an electrical circuit, we call it as the resistance. It is measured in the ohms. So this is the symbol for the ohm, you can see. So now the resistance you can calculate by using the formula V is by I from the Ohm's law. So all these quantities you can see now, the voltage, resistance and the current, these three quantities are well explained by the Ohm's law. If you know any of these quantities, like if you know the voltage and current, you can find the resistance. If you know the resistance and current, you can find the voltage. If you know the resistance and voltage, you can find the current. So if you know any two quantities, you can easily find the third quantity. Okay. So here the resistance and the current both are inversely proportional. Like when you have the higher resistance, there will be very low amount of current flowing through the circuit. And if you have the very less resistance, then we can say the more amount of current flowing through the circuit. Now here is the example we have taken. Now the circuit has the voltage and the resistance. So we need to find the current through this circuit. As we know that just now we have saw what is the current equation from the Ohm's law. I is equal to V by R. We know the V and also we know the R. We just substitute these values in this formula and they get the current value. That is V 9 by 3, we get 3. So it is milliamperes, because here the resistance is given in terms of kilo ohms. We will get milliamperes because the resistance is in denominator. When the denominator will go into the this kilo ohms will go into the numerator, it will become 10 to the power minus 3. So we get milliamperes. Now if this resistance is increased, let us consider if this 3 amperes will go into the 6 this 3 kilo ohms goes into the 6 kilo ohms, then what is the current we will get? Definitely we will get less than this 3 amperes, because 9 by 6 we will get which is like a 3 by 2, that is 1.5 milliamperes will get. Definitely it will be less than the 3 milliamperes. Now voltage and current analogy with water. So this is just to understand the voltage and current phenomena. You can just neglect this. You just to understand the understanding purpose only I have provided this. Here you can see there is a water tank filled with water and you can see the pipe over there. The storage of this water or the pressure of the water or the height of the water resembles the voltage, and the water flowing through the pipe is current. So now here you can see this from this picture, when the height of the water increases, definitely the flow of water is increased, right? Means when the voltage is increasing, current is also increases. Now the resistance, when there will be some restrictions of the water in the pipe, right, caused by the pipe, if anything gets stuck in the pipe or if you have any other materials in the pipe, so they will try to push the water back, right, or they will try to stop the water. That is nothing but the resistance. Okay, so from this water analogy you can understand what is voltage, what is current, what is resistance. Okay, so this is what about the voltage, current and the resistance and the Ohm's law. Thank you. If you have any queries, you can reach out to the DIY Guru. Thank you.